negotiators in Paris are battling it out to persuade some of the holdout nations to sign the global deal on corporate taxation. So this week, remember, I was indicating, I don't know how long ago did we talk about this, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. And I was talking about, I said, look, I can't imagine Ireland and a couple of these other sovereign nations going along with this. And I definitely don't see China coming in at all. But I kind of discounted China as if it's just a given, right? They're not going to come in. So the G7, the group of G7 is strong-arming these nations. Guess what? It ain't happening as we thought. So this is a problem. I like it, but it's a good problem from my perspective, because maybe it'll slow down these globalists from what they're trying to do, or they're going to have to sweeten the pot in a big, big way in order to get some of these other nations in. So what they're saying is it's coming down to nations like China, India, and then some of the Eastern Europe countries and developed nations that have raised objections to the deal that's been struck by the G7. So the OECD is seeking to find some sort of carve-outs to bring some of these other nations on board, such as Ireland. Good for them. I knew they'd hang tough. Ireland, Switzerland, Barbados, and a few others that are basically refusing to sign the deal. Now, Switzerland, never going to happen. Ireland, I believe the people are going to want to hold out. I'm not so sure about the leadership, but I think the people are going to want to hold out and not be involved. So if that happens, this is going to be a windfall not for China necessarily, but for India, some of the other Eastern European nations that aren't quite as developed. But it's also going to be good for Ireland and Switzerland for sure, that are going to be developed countries that are going to stay in there. So right now, there are corporate leaders around the world, and certainly here in America, that are making notes. They're writing down a little list. Okay, Ireland, Switzerland, Barbados. That would be nice. That might be. I mean, they're already starting to think, well, we can get to India easy enough. They would love to have us and save even more tax, property tax and such. We don't want to go to China necessarily, but Poland and Hungary and Estonia and some other countries look pretty appetizing right now if they're going to hold out. So it is going to be very interesting. This is not going to be good for trade for America. It's not going to be good for supply chains, but it is going to be good for corporate America, for the ones that have the guts to do it, which is about zero. No, there's got to be one. I'll say one. That might step up to the plate and say, we're out, we're not doing it, we're not going to be involved in this. Or guess what? We're leaving next year. Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.